as you can see, we have the front end off, and I want to give you a little public service announcement from Motorcycle Garage. I've said this, I don't know how many times in other videos, I'll probably say it till I'm blue in the face. Do not use wheel bearing grease on your neck bearings. Not the red, not the blue, it's not the proper grease. You won't get the correct swing, fall away on this particular bike, which will be somewhere around 4 to 6 inches. I will show you how to do that. And the correct grease to use, again, is Harley-Davidson special purpose grease. And you'll notice it's clear. It's kind of a, not quite a clear yellowish kind of deal. That's the proper grease to use. So one, you lubricate your neck bearings correctly, and you can get the correct fall away. Or if it's an FL swing or a newer bike, swing back, but use special purpose grease. That's what it's designed for. All right, I have to get the old front end wrapped up in bubble wrap. Teddy, the customer, is going to come pick it up in a couple hours, and then we're going to be on to assembling the Springer front end and wiring the handlebars. And the bars are really cool. These, let me show you these real quick. This cool set of handlebars out of Germany. I'm not going to take them out of the wrapper yet, but they're going to be I think they're going to look really good on this bike. So, all right, so we're going to get to work. We will video it as we go along. So thanks for watching and stick around. All right, we're making progress on the Springer. I have all the handlebars together, all the switches in, the wires run. But I'll tell you what's a pain, undoing all this saran wrap here that the powder coaters put on everything. He's probably having a good laugh back at his shop going, this guy has to undo all these parts. It's so time consuming. Like to have him by the kick him in the nuts at this point, but you don't really want to use a knife because I don't want to take a chance on damaging the parts. But part of the life of being a motorcycle technician. It's all just fun and games until somebody gets hurt, which might be the powder coater when I'm done doing this. This is such a hassle. All right, I'll be doing this for the next 20 minutes or a half hour, and then I'll turn the camera back on, so I'll see you soon. You got it, buddy? You're a good man.
Those breakouts, I wanted to see.
Beautiful bike. So what do you think? It's looking pretty good, huh? Strip down, ready to go. It depends if we use that orange, we still might end up using this. This goes on the inside. Okay, it is Saturday morning. I worked on this all day yesterday till about 9:30 last night, so a good full day, made great progress. And this Saturday morning, I want to show you some of the unique features of the Harley Springer front end. I might have touched on it in part one, but what sets us apart from the rest, like a Paco or a DNA front end, is really the lower rockers. As you can see, the motor company went out of their way to really build a phenomenal design that no one else had done before. They have these spherical races in here with an adjusting nut here with another spherical race here that we will put some grease in. We'll put a little anti-seize out here. This gets torqued to about 105 foot-pounds when we're done locking it. There's a unique process too of adjusting this, which I'm going to show you once I get this assembled. And here's the actual spherical balls that they used. No one else did this. I mean, they would just put bushings in here which would wear out. Rocker adjustment is important, something you want to look at about every 10,000 miles. It kind of goes along with the actual neck bearings, which tend to wear out. You know, some guys will get 20,000 out of them, maybe even more. Some guys 10,000 miles. It depends maybe the area you live in, whether you kept up with the rocker adjustment, whether you kept that correct or not. If this is too tight, it helps make this more rigid, and then you'll actually wear out the bearing will wear a mark in the race, and you'll feel it click back and forth. Like sometimes it'll get so bad you feel it's on the ground. At that point, you definitely have to have it all those the bearing in the race replaced, both bearings and races replaced, and then redo the fall away adjustment. So let me get this rocker on, and again, and I didn't mention this, they are stamped left and right. There's an L in here that's cast into it, and R over here for right. I do have the right one on already because of time constraints. Let's get this on, and I will show you the adjustment process And I also, yes, they got all the wires running the bars. So we'll probably get this front end on today and make pretty good progress, get the wheel on. That could be somewhat of an issue because we're trying to put the Softail slim wheel on this front end. There's different size wheel bearings. I'm going to have to either machine a reducer or use maybe one of the LA Chopper wheel bearing reducers and see what I can do with that. I'm probably going to have to do some machining here, but nothing major. All right, let's get going. Okay, now that we have our rocker installed, I've already torqued our locking nut to 105 foot-pounds. We want to check the arc of the rocker and make sure it's within 25 to 35 inch-pounds. And what we use is a dial beam type torque wrench. It's the only actual time I ever use this wrench is for this. And you put this in the Allen here, and now you will rotate this through the arc. This has a setting on here so I can see it, and we're right at, well, right at about 35 inch-pounds. So we'll be good to go. Again, if it's too tight, you can make the front end too rigid, and that's when you run into more issues with like neck bearings. Maybe they'll wear out sooner. That's why it's very important to go to your dealer or whoever your local service guy is and make sure you get these springers serviced at the right time, or it can cause a lot of issues for you. So, okay, let's put this back together. And we're going to mount it on the bike. Oh, these things are heavy. Heavy, heavy. All right. Put our dust shield on. Our adjusting nut. Now I'm not going to be able to set the fall away until I have the front fender and everything on and the wheel. So we're just going to snug it up for now. And then we'll make our adjustments later, which I will show you. That is a nice looking front end. That's going to be sharp, really sharp. When it comes to grease guns, the only way to go, electric. That hand pumping thing's for the birds. It takes forever. So we're going to load our neck bearing here, the neck up with, and our neck bearings, make sure they have their special purpose grease. Again, not wheel bearing grease. Going to take a little bit, but it beats pumping. Those hand ones are just not the way to go. And you can see it's just starting to come out. And on the bottom too. This will take just about a full tube of grease. And this one was brand new, so. Wipe off the excess here. And you just have to keep after this, especially out here in Phoenix. This stuff tends to get hot and run. But you just, give it a little wipe once a week and you're good to go. And we're just gonna set preliminary torque on the neck bearing. So what we're gonna do is bring this up to 40 foot-pounds just to help seat it. Now we're going to back it off. Just like that. Experience, I usually will go up to 100 inch-pounds because these will take a seat, and I found it just seems to work out better and you're not doing it again at 500 miles. So we'll do 100 inch-pounds. It'll be pretty close. And then we will do our fall away, which I believe once we have the fender and the front wheel on, we'll hang a plumb bob off the back. I'll show you that. It's going to be somewhere around 4 to 6 inches. I usually like to go in the middle at about 5. I'll show you how to do that. But for now, we're pretty close. So again, I did this at 100. And you'll notice when we get everything mounted on here and the weight on the front end, I'm going to be really close with 100 inch-pounds. And these studs are going to get torqued to 65 foot-pounds, but what I like to do is I'm going to put a little tape up here so we don't do any damage to the powder. And another thing, you'll notice I'm always wiping my hands because any of that Loctite, if you have it on your hands, you'll put your fingerprints right into the powder. And I don't think the customer would like that too much, so we will avoid that. It takes a little extra time, but it's well worth it. Loctite on the threads already. I like to kind of do them evenly here as I pull it down. And we'll set the wrench. 65. All right, guys, it is a Thursday night, December 14th, 2023 in Phoenix, Arizona, and we are finally done with our 2014 Softail Slim Springer conversion project. As you know, if you go back to video number 1, we showed the Springer that we had off a CVO 2009. It was orange. Disassembled it, sent it out to the powder coater, had everything powder coated gloss black. We Cerakoted our springs. We had the shock painted. We had the headlight bucket and the fender painted to match. Pretty amazing too that Curly's Arizona did our paint for us, and it's amazing how much this Harley metallic paint will fade over time with the sun out here, and it took quite a bit of time to match the paint. Even using the stock Harley paint, it wasn't even close, so they had to spend a lot of time to get that shading right. I really appreciate Curly's taking care of that for us. It was a phenomenal project. I think it came out great. I love the look. Handlebars from Germany from Thunderbike. This bracket here for the headlight relocation is also from Thunderbike. It was a lot of work machining spacers and getting things to work out correctly to be able to run the 16-inch wheel that would have come stock on the Slim, because that's what the customer wanted. But I think overall it came out great. Started this back in May. These projects take a long time. The powder coater took probably 6 weeks. The painter took some time because he had some issues. I mean, that was probably another 5 weeks. Plus, you know, I have to fit it in my schedule and get things to work out for me here in the shop. But let me know in the comment section what you think. It was a lot of work. Please like and subscribe. Also go to Bill on Bikes on Facebook if you would, and subscribe over there. I really appreciate it. The videos are doing well. We have a lot of other projects going here in the shop. As soon as this comes off the bench, which is going to be in the next 20 minutes, so I can get outside, wash it up, detail it, and hopefully deliver it to Teddy tomorrow. I got a trike going right up here for service, and then I have another trike going up. This is my trike bench, so it's been tied up with this for a little bit. But anyway, I really appreciate it. I really enjoy doing these videos for you. I hope you, I get all kinds of comments. The phone rings off the hook. I get calls from all over the country. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys any time if available. I'm not always available, but if I am, I'll gladly talk to you on the phone. Anyway, thanks again, and let us know what you think. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And we'll see you next time on Bill on Bikes.